The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
I'll be back.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's a trap! The needs of the many outweigh
The needs of the few.
for the one.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Live long and prosper.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Out of a DeLorean?
Bye-bye, boys!
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
Goodbye.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Stop saying that!
I see dead people.
So what?
I'm rude.
You said that.
Why so serious?
I volunteer as tribute.
What I do is not up to you.
Chewie. We're home.
I'm one with the Force. The Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. Yes, I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Yes, it is.
It is. Welcome, everybody, to the All for Sci-Fi.com podcast. I'm your host, Eric Walker, and sitting behind me is...
Captain Rickster. Hi, everybody out there.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Today is Saturday, October 19th already. What the heck is happening?
I know, huh?
Halloween is right around the corner. I can't believe it.
That's definitely true.
It's being recorded in Woodland Hills, California.
That's right.
And I'm sure all of you hear my voice. It's kind of like a cross between Eric and Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch today.
That's definitely true.
So we got a lot to talk about today. We're excited. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us. And we weren't here last weekend because all weekend, all 3 days, we were at LA Comic Con.
Oh, yes. Doing 3 days worth of live streaming on there.
And if you go to our YouTube channel, there we did a walkthrough every day, just like we said we were going to do for you guys.
That's right.
So one of the days was 2.5 hours. Another day was 1.5 hours, and then like 40 minutes one of the other days. But it's like 2, 3, there's about 4 hours worth of cosplay and walking through and doing interviews. On Sunday, I stopped by Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk again, and I interviewed him briefly even,
yes,
which was great. So on the Sunday live walkthrough, you can catch an interview I had with Lou Ferrigno if you watch it. Speaking of that, Captain Rickster, allforsci-fi.com is sponsored by Order 66 Toys.
Yes, they are.
Order 66 Toys is out in the Dallas area, in Fairview Station, Texas, near Allen. And they're quite a store. Order 66 Toys is the largest Star Wars only toy store in the nation. Every Friday night, they have these Friday night sales that are just unbelievable.
Yes.
Just incredible.
That's definitely true.
And these guys work really hard, and you're not paying scalping prices like you get on eBay. These guys work really hard. Of course, they got to make a paycheck too, so everybody needs to leave them alone. But they're decent pricing, so we don't have to all go out and hunt for that, spend our gas money, our time. So it's worth it to pay a couple dollars more on an item.
Yes.
But if you haven't already, Order 66 Toys is our sponsor for All for Sci-Fi. On Facebook, under the search thing, type in Order 66 Toys. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you know what Order 66 means, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, then you need to know why.
Then you'll come.
Need to know what it means. We follow them and click the notification bell so you know when they go live. And you'll see they're very well connected with us at All for Sci-Fi. We do also repost their Friday night sales and their videos as well on our Facebook channel.
Yes, we do.
And if you haven't done it already, since we brought it up at the beginning of this podcast, go to YouTube and subscribe to us. Our YouTube channel is at All for Sci-Fi, one word, All for Sci-Fi, just like on the hat up here. You spell out the whole word, not the number 4, but F-O-R. And click F-O-R. And click subscribe on YouTube and click the notification bell. So when we go live at these conventions, guess what? You guys are the first to get notified. And we're going to be doing a lot of conventions this year. Captain Rickster and I were just talking about it a few minutes ago, but we're going to be at another convention next month called a Designer Con.
That's right.
Which is going to be in Anaheim. I believe it's the weekend of the 21st.
Something like that, yeah.
So we're going to be there in Anaheim. It's Anaheim Convention Center over at Disneyland. It's called Designer Con, and we're going to be covering that event for you guys too. It's a really cool event because a lot of people that make toys and stuff, and also a lot of artists, comic book artists are there. So we're going to cover that for you guys. We've already got our paperwork into them, and they've approved it. So we're gonna get a media pass, and we're going to cover all 3 days there for you too.
Right.
But Captain Rickster.
Yes.
LA Comic Con.
Oh man, that was good, fantastic, and tiresome. But it was well worth it going down there. Trust me.
Oh, it definitely was worth it.
Oh man, I mean, I was so excited down there. I couldn't believe it. You know, I mean, I love doing conventions. So I used to sell comic books at conventions and stuff.
Right.
But as a seller, it's a little bit different because you're under pressure and to make your booth money and all that stuff and pay your employees and all.
Sure.
But as you go down as a customer or just a fan,
right,
it is excellent. I mean, I had more fun than a barrel of monkeys.
You're right. It was a lot of fun. It was just amazing. And you saw a side of me that...
oh, yeah. I've never seen that side of him before. He was a little kid in a candy shop. Looking at all the different types of candy he wanted to get.
Yeah, I refrained myself when I was there. I was really a good boy and didn't buy a whole bunch of stuff to make my wife mad.
That's definitely true.
Yeah, LA Comic Con was just incredible. Like I mentioned, we have 4 hours of footage already on our YouTube channel. That's why I know I keep plugging everybody to go subscribe to it, but that's the reason why, because there's just a lot of content there for you guys. And even some of the funny content from our videos, our live shows that we're doing right now, we post that on there. So.
Oh yes, most definitely.
And if we, have something really funny that doesn't make the podcast, because we edit these podcasts and we add music to them.
Yes, we do.
The only way you're going to see them is by going to YouTube and watching the video.
That's definitely true.
So if you want to catch some of our craziness.
Which is usually every day. I mean, every week.
Every day, every week, every day. Yeah, every day would
of
be
the
right.
Week we do, yeah. Something crazy.
Yeah. Another really nice thing that happened at LA Comic Con, we had interviewed the people that were doing the Legion M founders.
Oh yeah, those were cool.
Jeff and
I became a Legion M follower.
Yeah, and I would recommend. I'm not trying to be a plug show, but if you haven't heard of Legion M, they are all of us fans. Basically, it's us making the company.
That's
so
right.
We're funding the company as fans. So we interviewed the founders of Legion M, Jeff and Paul. Great people.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Kevin Smith the next day was coming to their booth for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
That was actually really exciting.
And I knew that Kevin Smith was going to be there, knowing that Kevin Smith is a big Star Wars fan. I brought him an Ewok shirt.
Yep.
So that was really cool to be able to sit. Had a nice little quick chat with Kevin Smith, and I looked at him and I just felt I felt the need to tell him that he and I are going to work together on something.
And it will happen.
I just kind of felt that, like it came from the Holy Spirit or something. And I told him, I said, Kevin, I'm feeling something. I have a feeling you and I are going to work on something together. I know I do music now. It might has something to do with my music. Maybe I'll score something, your movie you're doing or something. But I have a feeling we're going to work together. And he goes, well, contact me. Of course we're going to work together. You just gave me a shirt.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that was kind of cool for him to say. But he didn't have to say that. But
no, he didn't. But, the interviews went really good, too, with a lot of people. I mean, there was actually some famous comic book artist people there. Neil Adams was there.
Yes.
He's one of the renowned best comic artists out there in the world.
Yes.
Right at the moment.
For sure.
He was there.
Yeah.
Rob Littfield was there also, who did X-Men and other Deadpool comic books for the Marvel.
Right.
There was another one there too. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, Virginia had us.
There's a lot of people out there,
Virginia had us stop by and see somebody. He was a great guy too.
Oh yes, that was Damien. No, not Damien. What was his name again?
I'm trying to remember his name.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm so bad. I'm sorry.
Great,
I am sorry. I'm bad on names right at the moment.
He is an awesome Dominic something.
Oh yes, Dominic. He's a great artist. I mean, you can't believe his artwork.
Unbelievable.
It's on either one or two of our walkthrough live shows in the podcast for us.
It was on Sunday.
It was on Sunday, yeah.
Sunday was the day we kind of did everything. We interviewed Lou Ferrigno. We saw Dominic.
Right.
And everybody, and it was great. It was just was a great. And you're right, we did a good job. We got a lot of interviews from them and also the women of wrestling.
Yes, they should be there.
We interviewed them, including the Vietnamese twins.
Yep.
Who I found out they were Vietnamese.
And German.
So I started talking to them in Vietnamese, and they're like, "What?
Yeah, that was actually cool.
They couldn't. They're like freaking out because I'm speaking Vietnamese to them.
Yep. You'll see some of the movie cars there, TV car shows that were there too. I mean, they had one there. It's like $10 million. That's just retail. That isn't wholesale. That's retail. $10 million car.
Well, they had the DeLorean from Back to the Future there.
They also had Christine, the '58 Plymouth.
That's right. Christine's car was there. Yeah.
And that's a hard one to find out there, even in today's market to try to restore. It's hard to find.
And also the Shagmobile.
Oh yes, yeah, the Shagmobile.
From Austin Powers. The spy who shagged me.
Yeah, we got shagged all right.
Yeah. Hey, this is a family show. Be careful.
I am trying to be.
Virginia said, it was Dominic. We got the first name right. Dominic Glover.
Glover. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So
sorry about that part. I'm not the best on names, so
it's okay. Shout out now to you, Dominic Glover. We love your artwork.
Oh, it was
you're an amazing artist.
Great artwork. Yes. Yeah. I'd definitely see more of the Star Wars artwork though.
Sure, for sure. Bob Otting commented on the video on Friday. Bob saw Adam the Woo in our video.
Oh yeah,
walking by.
Yeah, walking by.
He's got a big following. Yeah, I know Adam the Woo. I love that guy.
He's really good.
I love how he does his videos. When he talks like this, everything's a question.
I know.
I can't do it today, Bob, because I'm sick. But Adam the Woo is great. How he makes everything sound like a question.
In fact, there's a lot of people we saw there who do podcasts also in that place too.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of that, we're going to get to the reviews. In case you've joined us later in this podcast, today we're going to review Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, with Angelina Jolie, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Elle Fanning, and we're also going to talk about Gemini Man with Will Smith.
Yeah.
So we're going to review 2 movies today.
That's right.
We're going to have a discussion about those. But the other thing, we're doing is bringing new sci-fi artists to the world, and I'm very proud of that fact, Captain Rickster.
Yes.
I'm proud that we could introduce to the world this brand new sci-fi science fiction writer.
Right.
He's writing his own novels.
Yes, he is.
And here it is right here. It's we met him and we also interviewed him.
Yes, that was a great interview there too.
Right. And I'm going to put this up later. Virginia is going to be our resident novel reviewer.
Right.
So I'm going to be mailing this to her, Virginia. But here's the book. It's called Code of Rainbow. Anyway, he's an Asian guy. His name is he just goes by Weiqi.
Yeah.
but it's he said just call me Weechi, because people can't pronounce his first name.
Weechi Wang.
Weechi Wang. Hello, Weechi Wang.
Hello, Weechi Wang. How are you doing,
Oh,
Weechi
don't
Wang?
get me started, but here's what he looks like.
Nice.
Nice kid.
Oh, he definitely really nice guy.
Really humble guy. And the thing about Code of Rainbow is they have these animals that do magic.
Yeah.
So the gimmick about this is these animals could do magic.
Yep. He's already got the first 3 volumes.
He's got
too.
the first 3 books done. So here's a brand new science fiction writer, Weechi Wang, and it's called Code of Rainbow. The first one is Soaring Flame, and the Dragon Transcending Magimal. Those animals that could do magic, he calls them Magimals.
Yep.
So Virginia's going to read that and give us a review on our website, allforsci-fi.com. Ouija, it was a pleasure interviewing you for All for Sci-Fi. We're excited to introduce the world to you as a new science fiction writer.
Very respectful person, too. Very respectful.
He was.
Yes.
He was. Of course, also around the same time or right afterwards, we're still kind of reeling in from Triple Force Friday.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Right. I did finally get The Mandalorian.
Yes, he did.
So here it is, The Mandalorian. This is the carbonized version.
Yep.
Thank you, Order 66 Toys, for making this happen. Oh, I'm so excited about this.
Yes, he is.
And I also got the new, it's a new First Order Jet Trooper, and this is a carbonized version too in a white box.
Yep.
I got the Knight of Ren, of course.
Yep.
The Knight of Ren. He's really cool.
Yes, he is.
Above Captain Rickster over here.
Back this way.
This way. It's hard to do it when you're doing it opposite, because you have to do opposite when.
Yeah.
So above Captain Rickster there and over there, there's Disney's exclusives, which has it's a figurine set of the First Order and the Knights of Ren. It's the only way you could get all the Knights of Ren from the Rise of Skywalker is by going to the Disney store. They're exclusive to the Disney store, and I was able to pick up one of those, and also the figurine set with the Resistance over there with the new Billy D. Williams, the new Zori Bliss is in there, and that's a cool set as well. Those were only $25, 10 toys. Yeah, I know, Eric and his toys.
I know. Well, I got something for Eric too. It's actually older model.
Uh-oh.
It's called a Sand Trooper.
Oh my goodness!
And it's from the very first Star Wars that came out, Star Wars: A Hope. This is when they were looking for. They were in the sand looking at Tatooine, looking for the two Renegade.
That's
droids.
a Sand Trooper.
So it's a Sand Trooper. It's actually the second version, not the first version, but it's actually the second one that came out in 1997.
Wow, that toy is 20 years old.
This is
22 years old.
It's an old one, but it's actually nice. It's a 12-inch figure. They don't make them this size anymore. They make another version of a 12-inch, but this is what they came originally back in the 90s.
Oh, you didn't have to get me that, Captain Rickster.
Oh, I did, because it fits your collection because you don't have anything old like me.
Oh, come on. Don't say that either. That is really cool, man. Let me see that.
It is cool. It's actually one of the better models of a Sand Trooper you can get.
Oh, it looks like it has sand on it. Look at it.
It looks like he's really dirty.
Yeah, it looks like he's really dirty. That's cool.
But they actually made him what they were supposed to look like. And they got his pack back there and all that stuff, along with his gun. And
wow, that's awesome. Thank you, Captain Rickster.
Not a problem. You know that, buddy.
That's cool. I'm going to put him right here next to me.
All right.
Maybe we could see him. That is so awesome. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Don't say you're old.
Well, what can I say?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
I try not to act like I'm old.
Okay. Well, you don't. We're like kids anyway. But
got that right.
So yeah, it's true. And also, I got from the Rise of Skywalker, of course, also from Order 66 Toys is the Sith Jet Trooper.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
This bad boy here.
Yep.
It's hard to not get the glare on it so you guys could see it.
Yeah, I know, but it's actually really a good 3.5 inch figure.
Yeah, it's a small one, yeah, but it's cool. But I like it because
cool.
I'll go ahead and open it because it's a small 3-inch figure.
No, I wouldn't open that thing. But
Think I should, until I get another one?
Yeah.
Hey, come on, we got to play with some of the toys.
I know we do, but you remember, it's more valuable if it's in the box.
Yeah, but it's just a 3-inch. It's okay.
I know
it's not a Black Series.
I understand. But as of yesterday, we're talking about Order 66. They had some great Black Series stuff out there yesterday, especially some of their 2-packs.
Oh,
and stuff
their
like
Black
that.
Series sale they had last night was great.
Oh, yes, it was.
Now again, Order 66 toys, they help us a lot by sponsoring our show. So
right.
Make sure you guys watch their live shows. You guys will love it. And I did finally get a new Sabak.
Oh yes, so me and him can play.
See, I got another set of Sabak cards. So now, Captain, I could open this one.
Yeah.
So now we can play. So
me and Eric can play this game now.
How we can play it.
Let you know how fun it is.
Yeah. So we're gonna open that later. Do maybe a video on that too.
Right. And he also got all the crystals now. So he's got all 17 crystals.
Oh yes, I have all 17. I got all the red ones now.
Yep.
That I need. So I have all 17 crystals now. So I don't need to collect any more Kyber crystals. That's done. But yeah, we're here today to talk about Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Oh, yes.
And Gemini Man. We're going to talk about those 2 movies, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And before we do that, though, everybody's excited about the new Rise of Skywalker. The final trailer is going to be premiering Monday at halftime.
Right.
So we did get final confirmation, actually officially from the Star Wars channel. I believe it was today or yesterday. They actually on the Star Wars channel said that the final trailer is premiering. They actually on their Twitter feed. So Star Wars channel himself has told everybody that the final trailer and the new one for the Rise of Skywalker will be on Monday Night Football. Everybody was guessing it was going to be then.
Right.
So we all kind of knew it anyway. And if you hear my voice is cracking like Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch, it's because I'm sick. But I will digress.
He's not the only one sick.
And then sometimes my voice gets really low, kind of like Darth Vader. It's not that low yet.
It's getting there.
It's getting there if I keep talking.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so wanted to do a quick shout out about that. So be sure to watch the Monday Night Football game so that you guys get to see the final trailer. And then right after that, tickets go on sale. So the official advance tickets for Star Wars Rise of Skywalker go on sale starting Monday. And guess what, everybody? Monday is Carrie Fisher's birthday.
That's right.
So the late Princess Leia, God rest her soul, what a wonderful person she is.
Yes, she was.
Her birthday is Monday, too. So what a great day to have all these things happen.
Exciting.
Very, very exciting. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and roll the last final trailer, the extended trailer for Maleficent 2, and then we're going to talk about that when we come back. Here we go.
War is coming. Well. There are many who prey on the innocent.
Once upon a time, the love of a human child transformed the very darkest of hearts. While time changes most things,
Godmother, Philip asked me to marry him.
it doesn't change everything.
Don't ruin my morning. I am ready to welcome your fiancé with open arms.
Maleficent doesn't know what she's up against.
There are many who prey on the innocent.
This isn't a wedding. It's a trap.
Humans are hilarious. It's time.
I remember the story of an evil witch.
When I look out my window,
And the princess she cursed to sleep forever.
many sights to see.
The story became legend.
And when I look in,
But this is no fairy tale.
so many different.
There are many who prey on the innocent. I'm sure your kind would agree.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were making a threat.
Well, do you?
Do I what?
Know better.
What have you done?
Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Must be a season of the witch.
5 years ago, I thought I lost you forever. There is no curse that could ever tear me away from you. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Misters, I have a little bit of news.
Don't ruin my morning.
Philip asked me to marry him.
No,
I wasn't really asking.
nor was I. Love doesn't always end well, Beastie.
Trust me. Let us prove you wrong.
You have done an admirable job going against your own nature to raise this child. But now, she will finally get the love of a real mother. Tonight, I consider Aurora my own.
There is no union. There will be no wedding.
What have you done?
We go home now. Aurora!
Maleficent is a threat to everyone. We'll do our best to protect you.
Well, well.
One can never be too careful.
This isn't you.
You do not know me.
Tell me what happened.
There was another creature.
You've spent years caring for a human. Now it's time to care for your own.
Yes. There it is. It is
Yep.
Maleficent. It could go on and on and on, but I don't want to bore everybody.
That's true.
That's Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, the sequel to the one that came out. When did the first one come out? In 2000
something.
2014.
Right.
In May of 2014 was the original. The movie stars Angelina Jolie, Elle Fanning, Sam Riley, Imelda Staunton, Juno Tempo. It's directed by, I can't pronounce the guy's name. It's a hard name to pronounce, but Joachim Ronin.
Ronin, yeah.
Ronin. He's the director, and it was written by him and Linda Wolverton.
Right.
So basically, let's go ahead and talk about Maleficent.
Well, originally, Maleficent was a cartoon from Disney.
Really? Tell me about that.
Well, it's back in the, I don't remember exactly when it came out, but I do remember it as a cartoon.
Right.
Somewhere in the late 90s, early 2000s, if I remember right.
Okay.
And then they made this one into, before they started making live action movies, they made this one into a live action movie not really based off the cartoon.
Right.
This is actually based off a book.
Okay.
So
I didn't know that, so I learned something new. Okay, well, I mean, let's talk about, we saw it. Basically, the movie, the plot of the movie, and again, guys, we're doing movie reviews, okay? That was another great thing about LA Comic Con, I got to meet an idol who's a movie critic.
Right.
I met Leonard Moulton.
He was definitely there.
And Leonard and I had a great conversation. I said to him, "You reviewed a movie I was in," and he looked at me like he was looking me up and down.
Yeah, really.
And he said, "Did I give you a good review?" And I said, "You did give me a good review." And then he smiled because he was worried maybe he'd given me a bad review. And I looked at him and I said, "Mr. Moulton, even if you gave me a bad review, that would be your opinion, and I would learn and grow from it." And he smiled. He said, "Thank you." That is how it's done. Anyway, so when we review movies, we're going to talk about the plot. We're going to talk about things we liked. So in case the newer kids, they call it spoiler warnings. We call it movie reviews. But anyway, I digress. Let's go. So the basic plot is we have Princess Aurora. She now is the queen of the Moors, okay? And she's able, to maintain, order among the fairies and the woodland creatures for... Basically, it takes place 5 years after the death of her father. Anyway, Maleficent has helped raise her as well. She's become, her protector and her mother. And she's kind of gotten in this romance with Prince Philip of the other kingdom. And they're in love, and he basically proposes to her and informs Maleficent. And, of course, Maleficent, she doesn't like the fact that her daughter wants to marry this guy.
Human.
Yeah, and she believes that the reason why is their romance is going to end badly, and she doesn't want Aurora to get hurt, and that's like a typical mother, I guess. She gets all up in arms. We find out, and then they come to this dinner. She ends up attacking, and a big fight happens, and they end up attacking each other, and the king gets hurt. And then later we find out that they think Maleficent did it the whole time, but later we find out that it was really it was the queen who was sabotaging, tried to kill her husband and everything. Just I think I liked it. I liked this movie. I enjoyed the acting. I enjoyed this. Of course, the special effects are just awesome.
Oh, most definitely.
You have to see this movie in a movie theater. There is no better way to see a movie like this. You can't wait and see. I know some people have 75-inch or 100-inch TVs now and 4K at home, and they think they have a movie theater. This movie, we saw it in IMAX, and it was marvelous.
Oh, yes. Very marvelous.
It was good. It was a good movie. It's good for kids. Might be couple times when for younger kids, might be careful with them on that because there's some violence in there that might scare the younger kids.
But there's also some touching moments in that movie also.
Yes. And it was a good movie. It kept me going. It was 118 minutes. It was almost a 2-hour movie, and it kept me going the entire time. I was fascinated. It left me wanting more, and if a movie leaves you wanting more, it's a good movie.
That's definitely true.
And if you think the acting's good and the writing's good, and the writing was good, the acting was good, the directing was good, the storyline was decent. It didn't have anything in it that would jump out at you. It was a typical, wonderful Disney type of movie.
Right.
That helps you escape. You go on off into this world, different. It helps you. The music was great. I love the music.
Definitely.
Whoever wrote the music, I want to give a nod to them because
5 stars on that one.
that movie, that music had some really reminded me of John Williams a little bit. It wasn't the same as John Williams, but it was on par with. It was that good, or not John Williams, but it was as good as Alan Silvestri or who did Back to the Future. It's as good as James Horner, who did a lot of stuff as well. It's really good music.
Right.
So my hat's off to the person who did the music. Did a great job. Let me see if I could find out who did that. Geoff Zanelli did the score.
Oh, yeah. He's very good.
And he replaced, on the original Maleficent, it was James Newton Howard.
Right.
Who we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Great composer as well.
Really great composer, yes.
But Geoff Zanelli, really good job. I would like to get the soundtrack, so I'd recommend getting that.
Yes, that was A1.
Trying to see what else he did. But, he was born in 1974. He is an American composer. Okay.
Cool.
He was mentored by Hans Zimmer. Well, no wonder why he's good.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer is good.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about this. At All for Sci-Fi, we have a rating scale of 0 to 5. If it's 3 or below, you don't have to go. I mean, that's a catchphrase. If it's 3 or more, you must go. So anyway, I can't talk today, can I?
No.
I'm gonna give Maleficent. I'm trying to think of what I should give it. It's not gonna get a rating like Avengers Endgame, but it's
not a 5, but it's in between a 4 and a 5. I would say.
Okay, I'll give it 4.25 stars. So Maleficent gets 4.25 stars
from him. I'm going to give it 4.5.
Okay,
I thought it was great. I think it was a lot better than the first one that came out. So if you have seen the first one, go see the second one. This sequel I believe, is a lot better than the first one was.
It was, and you were talking about Sleeping Beauty earlier when we were talking about Maleficent.
Well,
and here's Virginia talking about Sleeping Beauty.
Well, you got to remember, Sleeping Beauty was in the first one, and Prince Philip is the one who came along and woke her up.
Right.
She wasn't a child. She was a full-grown teenager at that time. So was he. So he kissed her and woke her up, and that's how all this got started. But Maleficent raised her as a child. It was the queen who put her to sleep. Philip's mother.
Okay.
In the first movie.
Right.
So that's how Sleeping Beauty got started too.
They're asking if it's better than Joker.
Oh, heck of a lot better than Joker. Trust me on that part.
Hey, there's a lot of controversy going on with the Joker. There is just a lot of controversy going on about that.
Oh yes, well, definitely.
It's not my cup of tea, guys. If you liked it, okay, I respect that. I thought, in my opinion, they overdid it in certain areas. So
yes, well, you got to remember also the comic book series too. He's not that crazy.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says. If you haven't read the DC comic books about the Joker
that
and
like
Batman
it
and
say the people that like say, oh, it's just like the comic books.
But they don't know what they're talking about because I know comic books. I've read the comic books before. I've read the DC Joker. Joker is not that crazy. He's crazy to a point, but he's not that crazy they portray in the movie.
Well, it's definitely got us talking about it in another week when we're talking about
Maleficent.
I know.
You
guys could have the Joker. It's not my cup of tea.
Mine neither on this one. Sorry.
Well, another person I know pointed out did you notice the clocks were all at the same time all the way through the movie?
All the way through the movie, yeah.
So they're saying maybe it just didn't happen.
Yeah, like it was supposed to be.
What do you mean? It's supposed to be like that?
No. They're in the comic books. Even in the comic book series, the clocks all changed.
Oh, but in this, they didn't. The clocks were all the same time, no matter where he went.
No matter where he went, everything was the same. I noticed that.
Well, they're saying that, so maybe he was just hallucinating at the whole thing. I think that's what people are thinking. It was all hallucination.
Well, I think the director was hallucinating.
Maleficent. Anyway, Angelina Jolie, great job.
Oh, no kidding, yes. Elle Fanning,
was great. Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer was great. It's great to see her. I haven't seen her in anything in a while.
Especially when they turned her into a goat. That was even the best part.
That was not the best part,
Captain
Captain
that was the
Richter.
best part of the whole thing.
I don't think that Michelle Pfeiffer is going to like you after this.
Well, she got a good rating from me anyway.
She may have got a good rating, but you just said she looked better as a goat.
Oh, yeah, she does. She's a lot better as a goat.
Ay, Captain Richter. Crack me up, dude.
Got that right.
You got me again.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So everybody, the official rating is 4.25 stars, 4.5 for Captain Richter.
That's right. The must-see-go movie. It's got to be seen on the big screen, not your television. Not to stream it on your computer or whatever, because to really get the feel, the effect, you need to go see this movie in a regular movie theater.
Yes, do it.
Yes, definitely do it.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see where they would take it in another one, actually. So it had me thinking about a sequel.
A 3, yeah.
It had me thinking about that. So I mean, if it does well, then of course.
Yeah, why not?
Sky's the limit, right?
That's definitely true.
If it's gonna do that good, we're not gonna care about that.
No.
Yeah.
At least it'd be original.
Yeah.
Not a reboot like they're doing all of them now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, oh God, guys, there's just too Hollywood. Stop doing reboots.
You got that right, please.
Yeah, I'm getting so sick of this saying
In fact, this next movie we saw also too is original also.
Yes, and we're gonna jump right into that. But first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and play the trailer, the latest trailer, the official second trailer of Gemini Man. And then when we're done with that, we'll come right back and we'll go right into the review of Gemini Man.
Right.
Here's the trailer.
Yo, we rolling? All right, so this is for myself like 30 years in the future. You should come back to Philly a lot, visit people. But also you should do a movie called Gemini Man. And you should release the trailer so people can see it. So that's my advice for the future, me.
When I saw him, it was like I was seeing a ghost. Like every trigger I've ever pulled. How'd he start you? Hunting birds, rabbit? I'm guessing 19, 20 years old, the first time he ordered you to shoot a person. 25 years ago, he took my blood. He made you from me. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you? Because I'm the best. You are obviously not the best. You're just trying to rattle me. I'm trying to save you! You made a choice to do this to me. The whole point of this thing was to give you all of Henry's gifts without his pain. I don't want to shoot you! Mind if I shoot you?
Henry, has this ever happened to you before? Your own government trying to kill you?
Nah, that's new.
Everything that we've worked for is at stake.
I am just an icon living.
He has to die. He's your darkness. You had to walk through this on your own. I love you, Junior.
I am just an icon living.
Look what we created. You were the inspiration for all of this.
Why not just make a whole army full of them?
Why not? You should be flattered.
You should be dead.
I am just an icon living.
This has to be stopped.
Because what if somebody actually knew what we really are?
I think I know why he's as good as you. He is you.
What is so special about Gemini Man is at the center of it, you have two characters played by one person across generations.
You're looking at Will, who's looking at his younger self. That's a phenomenal experience for an audience.
I play both 50-year-old Henry and 23-year-old Junior, who's sent to kill him.
The concept of a man being chased by himself, that's a really compelling idea for a story. Thanks to the technology, now it's possible.
Creating a digital human is one of the hardest things you can do in visual effects. This is not de-aging. This is not face replacement. But what you see for Junior is a completely digital creation, 100% driven by Will Smith's performance capture.
It's his performance, it's his emotion, it's his ability as an actor to create this really rich performance and then play off of himself.
I couldn't have played Junior at 23 years old, but now I'm able to understand and capture both characters because of the amount of experience that I've had as an actor.
The technology we're inventing is something Ang has been wanting to do for a long time. He's making a leap forward that no other director has even tried to do.
When you see the two Will Smith, well, that's something we never experienced before.
This technology is going to change how movies are made and how movies are seen.
Yo, that was beyond anything I even imagined, old Will. Old Will, you got skills. That's hot. Oh, and say that a lot. Like, as the older me, say that's hot. Say that's hot.
Yeah, say that's hot. Yo,
That's it, yo, cut that, bro.
cut that, Will. That was Will Smith talking about showing a younger self. He videotaped himself in 1989 together with the clips and the behind the scenes stuff. So this was really cool. It wasn't just a trailer, it was a behind the scenes of how they were making the movie Gemini Man. That was really good. I like Gemini Man.
Yes, it was very good.
I really like this movie. And when I saw this movie, the trailers, I didn't want to go see this movie.
No, not at first. But when we actually sit down and saw the movie, it was better than the trailers.
It was way better than the trailers.
Yes.
So, and even this, we just played you behind the scenes of it. That was better than trailers. Too,
Yeah, no kidding, yes.
Gemini Man, much better movie than I didn't even want to go see. I went to see this movie so that I could review it for Sci-Fi for you guys.
Right.
I would not have seen this movie if it wasn't for our channel.
That's definitely true.
And because of the trailers, and this is a rare case. Usually when you get a trailer, they put all the best stuff in the trailers, right?
Right, yes they do, yes.
To get you excited to go see it, and I didn't, a young Smith fighting an older Smith didn't appeal to me.
No, I know.
And watching that, like he's beating up himself.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Like that's, hey everybody, why don't you come and watch 2 hours of me kicking my own butt?
That's definitely true.
It didn't appeal to me. And, but I have to say, my mind and attitude was changed after watching that. The action was great. The acting was good. The storyline was good. Really, a decent storyline.
Yes.
All around, it was a great action movie.
Well, that's because of the director.
Well, the director was Ang Lee.
That's why. He's also did the Fast and the Furious movies too. Also, quite a few of them. So he's a visionary. That guy is really good at what he does as a director when he does his visions.
He is, and you know, Ang Lee is an old school.
Very old school.
He did a lot of the old school classic Chinese martial arts films.
Right.
Back in the day with, of course, Jackie Chan. And,
Jet Li.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee probably.
I don't think so. I don't think he was. He might have been around during that time, but I don't know if he was directing.
Maybe he's not that old.
At that time. But he's a great director.
Yes, he is.
And he's a visionary.
Very good. Yeah. Yes, he is.
And he turned something a concept that I wasn't appealed, and I joke about it, about beating myself up. But he turned that into something that appealed to me because the humanity, the whole element in this movie about, about basically Will Smith's character is an assassin.
Right.
He's a hired assassin that works for our government.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes around killing people that they want him to, whoever the next target is. And they always tell him it's bad men, that he's killing, so that it does. But at this point, he wants to retire because after killing this last guy, and what was really cool is how he killed this last guy. He killed the guy with a sniper rifle from a moving train.
On a bullet train at that.
On a bullet train, in Belgium. A bullet train, good point.
Right.
A train that's moving 150 miles an hour. At 2 miles away, he kills this guy. That's how elite he is. And his character's name is Henry Brogan.
Right.
And he's a 51-year-old assassin, like I mentioned.
Oh, wait, he's 50.
Oh, that's right. In the movie, he keeps saying he's 50,
exactly.
And then they keep teasing him and say, "No, you're 51."
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna do to me when I turn 50 or 51?
That's what I'm gonna do. Yes. That's gonna be soon.
Hey, stop it! Stop it, Captain Rickster! How dare you? I'm only 25. In my mind, I'm 25. Everybody.
Yeah, he's 25, all right.
Yeah.
I'm 160.
Okay. That because after he kills this guy from a moving train, it's getting to him, having to kill all these people.
He's got a conscience, that's why.
Right. And so he did. This last job was his 72nd kill.
Right.
So he wants to retire and they don't want him to retire, so they go after
they
him.
don't, yeah.
And that's when they bring out the Gemini Man. And Gemini Man was this guy who runs this like these elite forces for the government, kind of like they do, you know, how they hired all the. Remember how they hired all those contractors for like Iraq and Syria and everybody, the contractors?
Right, I remember.
The trained troops or whatever. I think Blackwater was the name of one of them. Anyway, these elite troops, they're guns for hire. And our government does use them. So this guy is part of that group, and he trained Will Smith. And what he does is, with Will Smith not knowing it, he grabs he draws blood and part of his DNA, and he clones Will Smith. So, and that's not cool.
No, it's not.
So, and they're just getting further and further along with this cloning technology. That the clone the first clone, he raised himself.
Right.
And he sent him to kill Will Smith. But the cloning technology has gotten to the point where they could, you know, turn off certain genes in our genome.
Mm-hmm.
So they could take out pain, suffering. They could turn those things off.
And emotions.
Emotion, that whatever the gene is that causes you to have emotion, a cry, whatever the gene is that helps you feel pain.
Right.
Because later they discover another clone, and he's just looking at him, and he's dying, and you can tell he can't even feel pain.
Yeah, but he died anyway.
Okay. I like Gemini Man. I like everything about it. This is another movie that I'm going to recommend.
And it's original.
And it is original. It's not a
reboot.
It's not a reboot. It's not a remake. It's not a sequel.
No.
I'm okay with sequels, though. I believe in carrying a story forward. But reboots I don't like, unless it's been so long that you could tell some sort of different story.
Right.
Then I'm okay with a reboot. I don't do them just for money. But the only thing I didn't like about this movie, and they talked about it just a few minutes ago when I was playing the behind-the-scenes stuff, they were talking about the CGI characters.
Right.
That was the only thing I had a problem with. I still don't think that they have it together on the CGI work.
They will in time, though.
I'm thinking they will, but the problem, and we had a discussion about this, Captain Rickster, about the CGI stuff. I think the reason why, I think they're never going to get it. And I'll tell you why. I think the reason why they're never going to get a CGI character of a human,
Right.
they're never going to get, because we know how we react. We know how I see how our eyebrow goes up, see how when I get mad and when I laugh, when I do that, we know as a human being what all our mannerisms are.
Oh, of course.
I don't think they're ever going to get it. I don't care if they put that thing on your head and try to have 500 things capturing every single muscle movement. They're never going to get the emotion right.
No.
Because we could tell it's fake.
Of course.
Aliens now, we don't know what they are. That's why in our mind, when we watch aliens that are CGI, we think they're really great, because we don't know who they are. We don't relate to them. We don't think they're fake because
we don't know.
Exactly. So in my opinion, I don't think they're ever going to get it. I think that George Lucas came really close on Rogue One with it.
Right.
They were better at it with Rogue One, with the Grand Tarkin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that, but I caught that one, and it threw me out of the story every time I saw the younger Smith, because I could tell he was a CGI character.
Right.
It just threw me out of the story, and that would be the only issue I have with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have had them with makeup and maybe just changing it a little bit to make them look younger. Not a whole CGI character. I would have liked that better if they would have done some sort of tricks with makeup effects. If they would have done that, and then just also done some stuff with the image,
right?
That would have made it better.
Mm-hmm. It would have been, yes.
Would have been much better for me, in my opinion. So that would be the only thing I have to say about Gemini Man. Again, good movie. Good movie.
Yeah, very good.
It's not a 5. It's not as good as Maleficent, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it. Again, our rating scale is 0 to 5. 5 is the best. 4 is excellent still. 3 is good. If it's 3 or below, you don't have to go. Like I always say, I'm gonna give Gemini Man 4 stars.
I agree with that one. I give it a 4-star rating.
I think it's got a solid 4.
Yes.
If it wasn't for that CGI character and they did a few other things, if they did what I recommended, and take note, Hollywood, because I'm part of the movie entertainment industry, and I'm telling you what I see. So, and part of it might be, Captain Rickster, that when they do the special effects, they're not seeing it projected on a big screen.
That's probably true. Yes.
So if they're watching it on like an iMac, a Macintosh, or something, a screen in front of them that's 30 inches.
Yeah, that's right. It's not gonna be the same.
It's not gonna be the same when you put it on IMAX.
That's definitely true.
Or
even in 3D.
Right. It's not gonna be the same. And I think you would think they would have thought of that, so they might have. So if that's the case, then they got a ways to go. So you're being very optimistic.
That's true.
Virginia wants to know what it's an X-Men shirt. What X-Men shirt are you wearing?
Oh, this one?
Yeah, what is it?
This is X-Men number 94.
Stand up.
It's the comic book number 94.
Okay.
You don't see the comic book on there, but it's the characters from the number 94.
Oh, it's the characters from the comic book Virginia
number 94. Yeah.
94. From X-Men.
Yeah.
The comic. That looks cool.
Oh, thank you.
It's a nice shirt.
Oh, there's some breaking news too. You know the one of the Hollywood movie? What do they call it again? The one that had the fake Bruce Lee in there and stuff like that. They're using the stunt double.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, they banned it from China.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder why.
I wonder why too.
Well, you know what? It's he could have been a little bit more respectful to Bruce.
That's definitely true.
That's my opinion.
And that's what I meant to the car.
Yeah. Nobody would have thrown Bruce Lee into a car like that. I don't care.
I don't care who you were. No, No.
That was the baddest man on the planet at one point.
Yes, it was.
You know what? Since we're talking about shirts, I am wearing. My good friend Richard and Sarah Woloski have a podcast called Skywalking Through Neverland, and she designs shirts. And this is her Skywalker's Rise shirt.
Oh yes, nice shirt.
It's a great shirt. Sarah designed that shirt, and they have a store. They have a TeePublic store. Look up Skywalking Through Neverland, and they have a couple other shirts she's made that I'd like to get. In Virginia, there's a really, really cool Halloween kids shirts that she made, which would be good for your daughter.
Oh, yes.
So you should go on TeePublic and type in Skywalking Through Neverland, and they got some really cool Halloween shirts, too. Okay, so yeah, it's been a long show. It's been great. It's thank you guys for taking the time to sit and listen to us this entire show
and all our antics
and all our antics and my voice that sounds like I'm going through puberty.
Yes, again.
You're funny. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's tough to do a show, but I didn't want to let you guys down. We love you guys for joining us every week to do this podcast, and
especially since we missed last week.
Well, we didn't miss.
Not really miss it, but I mean,
it was a different schedule.
We didn't review everything like
different schedule. And next week we're gonna go review the new Double Tap movie.
Oh,
the
Zombieland movie, yeah.
Which is good for Halloween.
Yes.
So it's perfect that we're doing that
just in time.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna do that one, and then the week after that we got Terminator: Dark Fate.
That's right.
And
awesome
so we got some really good movies coming up still. It's really been a great year for sci-fi. I know I say it all the time, but we're in a banner year, guys, for sci-fi.
Yes, we are.
So, and yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff that's coming out on Netflix, and then on November 12th we have the premiere of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
That's right.
We're all excited for that, the new Mandalorian TV series, and we haven't brought this up in a few weeks, but I still have that petition to get Disney and Lucasfilm to, put Caravan of Courage and the Ewoks movies on Disney Plus. Kathleen Kennedy said that this is going to be the home of all the Star Wars. Well, if it's the home of all the Star Wars, why aren't Caravan of Courage and the Ewoks movies going to be on there?
That's right.
If it's going to be the home of all of Star Wars, why are not the droids cartoon and the Ewoks cartoon from the 80s? Those cartoons are not on there.
That's right.
So if it's, then some people like the Star Wars Holiday Special. I don't bring, that's not on there, but I don't blame them for not putting that on because it wasn't really their production anyway.
That's true.
So,
Even the Indiana Jones is not going to be on there. None of them.
Other thing, too, I noticed that none of the Indiana Jones movies are on Disney Plus.
That's right.
But, you know what? Paramount owned Indiana Jones, remember?
True, very true.
And Disney didn't buy Paramount, so...
Not yet.
There might be a reason. I hope not. I mean, we need to have more movie companies out there.
More competition, yes.
So that other things are made. I love you, Disney, but, there needs to be other players in the system.
That's definitely true.
So everybody, make sure you go on my my channel, my Eric Walker. Here are all for Sci-Fi, and click. There's links on my pages to sign the petition. Make sure you sign the petition. We're over 1,000 already, so we're moving along strong. And I want to present this to Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy. I'm going to say sometime around the first week of November. Then let everybody know what's going on. And I'm also going to be doing some press releases on that very soon. So everybody, don't forget, if you have any recommendations, you have any suggestions, you want us to review certain movies that are on Netflix or anything like that, go to our channel, our channel allforsci-fi.com. It's the website is spell out all the words, all ALLFORSCIFI.com, allforsci-fi.com. That's where you could sign my petition. You could also look at prior shows, listen to other podcasts, watch movie trailers. We keep updating the movie trailer page.
Oh, yes, we do.
But there you can go ahead and make suggestions, comments. Tell us you don't like the show. Tell us we suck. Tell us you love us. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And also, we have someone who's Spanish that just said, super bien, saludos, chicos. Well, saludos to you, too. Thank you for saying we're great.
Yes, thank you.
In Spanish. So don't forget also to go to our sponsor page, order 66 toys as well, and give them a like. Go to Virginia was kind enough. She just posted all the links right there. If you look in our chat here, you'll see all the links. The Facebook, All for Sci-Fi, the YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're going to have lots of videos. We're going to keep adding them every week. I'm working on the cosplay video now for LA Comic Con. And by the way, Captain Rickster, the LA Comic Con had the most cosplay I've ever seen at a convention.
Right, that's the most I've ever seen in one in a long time.
I hear San Diego might be more, but it's the most I've seen.
Well, San Diego, it's not the biggest. Actually, New York Comic Con is actually the biggest con now.
Really?
Yeah, they knocked out San Diego, and now San Diego's number 2.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Here, breaking news.
I said definitely breaking news, and San Diego's really sad.
Hey, New York is a very big town. We love everybody out in New York as well.
That's definitely true.
So thank you, Virginia, for posting all the links there. And, also you could go to our website, like I mentioned, and, we got some suggestions from some people. We're going to be looking at some Netflix shows. Virginia is going to read the new sci-fi novel, which we talked about. So this is going out in the mail to her. This is Weechi Wang's Code of Rainbow series. She's going to review that, and we'll have that up on our website, allforsci-fi.com, the review and links on how to purchase this science fiction. This is a science fiction author. This is his novel. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Yep. It's been a pleasure. Everybody, be kind and nice to each other.
And be safe.
And be not only just be safe, but let's be nice to each other.
That's right.
There's no reason, like my dad always told me growing up, and your parents probably said the same thing to you. If you don't have something nice to say,
don't say it at all.
Exactly. Okay, everybody, it's been a pleasure. It's been a great week. We'll join you next week when we talk about Zombieland, the double tap.
Double tap, yeah.
Okay, everybody, it's been a great week. Thank you for joining us. Take care.
Take care,
God
everybody
bless.
out there. Yep.
I'm Eric Walker.
And I'm Captain Rickster. Have a good afternoon.
All right.
Or
Bye
evening.
for now.
All the music on today's episode was composed and written by Eric Walker. To learn more about Eric's music, please visit ericwalkermusic.com.